So this is a review of the 10 Tours Inn. It's on Exeter Road, Kingsteignton, which is in Devon. We went here in May for our 8th wedding anniversary. We wanted to go somewhere that was close to home, and over the years we have been here. Straight off the bat, I'll tell you now, it was chaotic, disappointing, and aspects of the food were actually particularly unpleasant. So this is mushrooms in a blue cheese sauce. They had a very strange consistency to them, sort of large shiny mushrooms that were filled with fluid. The blue cheese sauce, I was a bit stunned when it came with the addition of a spoon, and I was told that apparently a lot of customers like to consume the sauce with a soup spoon. That would not be my first choice. Now, this was £7.50. It also said that it came with brown bread on the menu. Now, you'd imagine, perhaps a slice of cut brown bread, but in the actual effect, what it was half a slice of, just from a brown sliced loaf from the supermarket. So you'll see that in a minute. That was particularly disappointing as well. I didn't eat all of this. This was, as I said, a starter, and to be fair, I was hungry. Phil, I haven't shown it here, but he had crispy beef. Now, that to me, again, it was all right. Having said that, Phil will eat absolutely anything. I mean, he used to eat pot noodles and think that they were great. So Phil will eat anything. His starter was actually £9.50. It was very clear that had not been made on site. That was again brought in. I would say that was bought in. This is an 8-ounce sirloin steak. This was probably one of the most expensive things on the menu. This was £24.95. Frozen chips, a bit of salad and a tomato. The best bit of the meal, would I say, was the onion rings. This was the blue cheese sauce that we bought to go with it, and it was literally the same as the blue cheese sauce on the mushrooms. It had little to do with blue cheese. There was really no blue cheese taste, and it had, an odd colour, because I'm going to say that had more packet about it than anything else. I think it was reconstituted, or it seemed to have been reconstituted to me from a powder mix of some kind. It was very, very disappointing. Like I say, the fries were frozen. That was just disappointing, really. This is a pièce de résistance, or rather not. This was fish and chips. That's priced at £16.95. It was a strange rectangular shape. I'll probably talk about that a bit more. The tartar sauce was thin and runny. This is the pie. The pie was £17.95. Curiously, it was served in a soup bowl in a sea of gravy. Again, packet gravy in my opinion, and it was served with frozen fries and obviously frozen peas. Now what was wrong with this was the batter was extremely tough. It wasn't bubbly, it wasn't crispy, it wasn't bubbly, it was just flat, leathery batter. There was absolutely no seasoning in it, and I'm going to say that was disgusting. That's the second worst fish and chips that I have ever had in my entire life. The worst being something that I purchased from Trago Mills years and years ago that was running with grease. This was so disappointing. We had to send it back. We couldn't get the attention of the serving staff, so we had to go over to the bar. The guy was apologetic. He said he'd get the food manager, someone called Jimmy. Jimmy didn't actually come. He sent a waitress over to deal with us. And she asked me what was wrong. And I say that for that money, it was just appalling, really. It really was so awful. It was very, very clear that it had been frozen, battered and frozen. Again, most likely bought in. I have no idea where it came from. It shouldn't have come from anywhere. It was just horrible, 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 horrible. I replaced that with the carvery. That's me batting it, because honestly it was rock hard. The pie was fairly dry inside. The pastry was tough. How you're supposed to combine your food and eat it all, I have no idea. This was the carvery. There purported to be 10 different vegetables. There really wasn't. The potatoes were leathery. The turkey was quite dry. The green beans had obviously, they were frozen ones as well. And for the price point, again, I think it was $16.95 for that. Disappointing. It's gone downhill. We will not be going back. Chaotic service, chaotic booking system, a real disappointment. Don't go.